the easiest way to break up with somebody. Just get better. Stop allowing certain things that people have taken for granted, right? Realize how you and that person are taking yourself for granted. See, I don't let nobody off the hook. You don't ever get to blame somebody else for what happened to you in a relationship. It didn't happen to you. It happened through you by way of your permission. Do you understand? That's why today's topic is so powerful, right? There's layers to this topic today, and I'm trying to break it down for you before I tell you what it is. We live in a spiritually lazy and impoverished society, meaning we want the benefits of moksha, nirvana, enlightenment, realization. We want it for free. We want it without struggle. Do you understand? Today's topic, easy work. A deeper look at the struggles of enlightenment, ascension, and healing within intimate relationships. Let me read it again. Easy work. Floyd Mayweather made that famous. But it's oxymoronic. Because the one thing that Floyd did to become TBE was work like the Dickens. He worked so hard. He outworked everybody. Can you imagine working so hard that you could still go to McDonald's and get a quarter pounder with cheese and fries? He outworked everybody he ever fought. Do you understand? And so his moniker was easy work. This is going to be easy work. Right? When you look at the greats, Kobe Bryant, I'm not passing the ball to somebody that doesn't work as hard as me. Do you see? So, it's one thing to have a partner who is envious of your success. It's another thing to have a partner who is envious of your spiritual growth. Tonight's topic, easy work. A deeper look at the struggles of enlightenment, ascension, and healing within intimate relationships. There's nothing easy about self-realization. Listen, if you see somebody online or anywhere posting, bragging about their peace, they're not at peace. Do you understand? Social media is a facade. If you see anybody online bragging about having everything they want and being in alignment, do you know how difficult it is to be in alignment and then once you get in alignment to stay in alignment? The ebbs and flows of life are designed to stretch the known. There's never going to be a time where you get to a point where it is all known. And where there is the unknown, there is uncertainty. And usually, for the average person, where there is uncertainty, there is anxiety. There is fear. Right? We think we're free because we're getting what we want. Say it again. We think we're free because we're getting what we want. But we don't understand that we're in bondage until the supply of what we're getting is taken away. Are y'all listening? 1-800-920-1580, easy work. A deeper look at the struggles of enlightenment, ascension, and healing within intimate relationships. Do you know one of the most effective ways to break up or divorce your partner is to grow up spiritually? Because when you married them, when you connected them with them, you were connecting at a level of consciousness that was beneath your potential. When you originally connected with them, your level of consciousness was connecting with something that was similar to yours. But when you start to stretch out, when you start to expand and grow, you create a disconnect in what they know about you. Easy work. A deeper look at the struggles of enlightenment, ascension, and healing within intimate relationships. There is no end to enlightenment. There is no end to self-realization. There is no end to self-actualization. There is no end to nirvana. There is no end to moksha. Do you understand what I'm saying to you tonight? Is your significant other showing signs of envy and jealousy because you're evolving spiritually? Is your significant other jealous of your spiritual growth? What are some ways that self-actualization can actually create disharmony within your closest relationships? Can self-actualization in one partner trigger the desire to heal/break up in the other partner? 1-800-920-1580. They not like us. They not like us. Do you understand? Come on. 1-800-920-1580. When you grow up, they become fearful of showing up. Can I say it again? When you grow up, they become fearful of showing up. Many people, I done told you this before, Carl Jung, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to hide from themselves. Do you understand? Relationships are for spiritual maturation. How do we get spiritual maturation? Through the healthy management of continual conflict. There's never going to be a time where there's no conflict. Do you understand? Even in good times, there will be some trying times within the good times. Conflict management, key. But it takes a certain mentality, a certain level of consciousness to be able to deal with what life is going to continuously throw at you. What comes first, self-actualization or environmental reevaluation? Or do they work in tandem? So many people think they can start with the external. Let me fix the outside. I can always break up and start over. I can always get a new guy or a new girl. I can always find somebody. See, you're trying to find a comfortable lesson. You're trying to find a peaceful challenge. That's not how relationships are designed spiritually. So many people miss the mark on what relationships actually mean. Relationship is about the disrobing of one's spirit. It's about opening yourself up to spaces and places you're not comfortable in. This society has inverted it. Everything got to be safe in order for you to tell the truth. Your truth is predicated on safety. I know you don't want to hear it that way, but that's what it is. That's what it is. If you can't tell the truth, whenever, regardless of the situation, you're not the truth. You're a wounded child, still waiting for a safe space to be able to speak. And I'm not trying to marginalize or minimize safe spaces in relationships. They should be there. We should cultivate them. We should focus on them. We should make space for them. But if you're waiting to be truthful, if you're waiting to be honest, if you're waiting to be transparent, if you're waiting to be accountable, if you're waiting to be responsible, you're going to be waiting a long time, because safety, it comes at a premium. Number one, you got to be safe within yourself to be able to recognize what safety looks like. You have to vibrate on the level of I'm okay. Do you see? I'm all right. Good, bad, or indifferent, with my dark side, shadow, or whatever, I've accepted that. I'm okay. That frequency, that vibration pulls in, I'm okay. When we come forward, is it easy work? A deeper look at the struggles of enlightenment, ascension, and healing within intimate relationships.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Hi, it's Tavis Smiley. First, thank you for your support of KBLA Talk 1580. We deeply appreciate you. So, I get asked all the time, Tavis, when are you going to bring back that State of the Black Union symposium you used to do? You know the one where you had all those black intellectuals on stage every year and everybody watched all day live on C-SPAN? Yeah, I know the one. Let's bring them back. Well, I am pleased to tell you that if you go to KBLA1580.com right now, you can sign up to be in the audience here in Los Angeles when we go back live on C-SPAN with a stage full of black thinkers and influencers for a historic conversation. America has never seen a stage full of black folk talking about the urgency of now. Climate justice, climate equity, climate resilience. It's going down Tuesday, June 18th, 4 to 7 p.m. at the California Science Center in Exposition Park. Admission is free, but you must register at KBLA1580.com. Once we reach capacity, you'll have to watch us on C-SPAN. But if you want to be in the room when we go live from Los Angeles, Tuesday, June 18th, head to KBLA1580.com right now to reserve your seat. Caring about the climate, caring about the community. With KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your blast.
I'm a Deepak say,
If we're the ones disproportionately impacted by these climate catastrophes, why should we be silent? Turning up the volume all year long on the climate conversation for KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man. Your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have worked. I'm sorry that you gotta go up and then stand behind him. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor since your daddy don't teach you. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business, that's bad religion. Please remember, you could be even if you got never code switch, whether right or wrong. You're a black man, even if it don't benefit your goals. Do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. What Ozempic did. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership. Understand, I'm throwing rocks and hiding hands. That's law. Don't be ashamed about who you with. That's how he treats your moms. Don't have a kid to hide again. Be sure. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. Be proud of who you are. Your strength come from within. A lot of superstars that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as king. Can't understand me right now. Just play this when you're 18.
We are all on a path to enlightenment, towards becoming our true selves, towards remembering who we really are. The point is that each individual's journey is unique. Everyone does it at their own pace, some slowly, some quickly. However, one experience common to all of these individual trips is that of a small regression in their progress. Everyone has felt this little obstacle that makes it difficult for them to continue on their way to awareness. The good news is that these windbreakers can be overcome. All that is necessary is that we are vigilant about our own behavior and reaction. What causes us to step back when we should instead be moving forward with all of our energy? The culprit here is judgment. Without realizing it, we engage in judgment too frequently every day. These figures need to be checked if we are to truly move forward on our journey of self-discovery and awareness. It does not mean that judgment is bad or wrong. In fact, it is one of our most natural responses. And it works everywhere, whether it's someone or something. Judgment is the power that helps us discern whether certain things are going to affect us positively or negatively. Our choices in life, whether big or small, rely heavily on judgment, and therefore we can never get rid of it entirely. Thinking of judgment as something bad that needs to be removed only makes the problem worse. It's a natural impulse, and when we insist on not acknowledging it, it just takes us one step back in our consciousness journey.
Man! This is the purpose of relationships. Our natural inclination is to judge. And if we have a maladaptive attachment style, typically that judgment will be negative. It will be rooted in the concept of either this is safe or this is scary, fearful. There will be anxiety, or there will be, oh, this is fine, I can open up. Learning how to open up in the storm is spiritual growth. Life, you are living in a storm by waking up every day. So we try to turn the university of you, your relationship, into a safe haven. That's not how it works. This is the place where the deepest, most darkest inner recesses of your spirit will be churned up. The reason why I played the Kendrick record, Meet the Grams, the dude basically was a psychiatrist on this record, examining his opponent. Listen very carefully. The record, the beat of the record was played in A minor. The piano is in A minor. The next record he drops, listen, the next record he drops, they not like us. He said, I'm going to up the score. That beat is played in B minor. And you say, why do you say that, Zoe? Because a lot of what Kendrick was doing in the diss is hidden. It's calculated. It's hidden. It's beneath the surface, just like your shadow. So Meet the Grams is played in A minor. He mentions A minor in the next record that's played in B minor after he says, I'm going to up the score. A score is a musical piece. Dude wasn't playing. And with the same level of intricacy and enfoldment and unfoldment, you get what David Baum spoke about when he talked about the hollow movement. We'll talk about that when I come forward.
He hates black women, hypersexualizing with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being the beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on PCO that he keep on a monthly allowance. And a child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around him. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. That battle, he should die so all of these women can...
It's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Reuters is reporting Israel says the ceasefire proposal agreed to by Hamas is unacceptable. An Israeli official told the outlet Hamas approved a soft and Egyptian proposal that was not acceptable to Israel. The deal was brokered by Egypt and Qatar. Israel earlier claimed it made serious concessions towards a ceasefire and blames Hamas for the continued bloodshed. The last Israel-Hamas truce was in late November, where Palestinian prisoners were swapped for Israeli hostages. Albany State University had a special speaker at its commencement ceremony over the weekend. Black U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock delivered remarks about investing in historically black colleges and universities to try and close the racial wealth gap. The ceremony also marked University President Marion Frederick's last commencement. Frederick, who is also black, announced earlier this year she is stepping down as president and has accepted a new role at Georgia State University. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. How does 3 months of free electricity and a lifetime of energy savings sound? Well, it's yours when you go solar with Sunlux. Learn more at sunlux.com, sunlux.com.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the fastest growing talk radio station in Southern California. Home to 50,000 watts and an audience reach of 12 million listeners. KBLA Talk 1580 is a pioneer for black audio content, including our groundbreaking $2 million climate justice campaign and the most loyal, influential audience. According to an independent research study by the polling firm of Iteris, for the second consecutive year, KBLA Talk 1580 is the most trustworthy, reliable, and credible news source for black audiences and beyond in Southern California. Let KBLA Talk 1580 power your advertising dollars. Our omni-channel custom marketing solutions are specifically tailored to connect with your ideal target audience. We leverage audio, podcasts, streaming, digital, social media, and local activations to get your message out to the black community. Get in touch with our advertising team today at advertising@KBLA1580.com. That's advertising at KBLA1580.com. KBLA 1580. We've got your black.
City of Los Angeles tenants and landlords participating in the Emergency Renters Assistance Program, beware of scammers. Notifications about your application will only come from the City of LA in emails ending in lacity.org. Protect yourself. Contact the LA Housing Department by email at lahd.erap@lacity.org or call 866-557-7368 to check communications you receive about the program. You can also verify your application status at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. Visit jpmorganchase.com/racial equity and get the tools to help reach your financial goals.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad Council.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here.
Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA Can also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007 they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA Can believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Joe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I see dead people. Hi, Mustard on the beat. We both been rap. Yeah, free throw, man down, call an ambulance. Tell him, please, bro. Nella to the cross, he walk around like Pizzo. What's up with these jabronis? Trying to see Compton. The industry can hate me. For Marlins and Mama, how many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up the score with him. Walking down whole time, I know he got some on him. Pull on him, extort, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him. They tell me Chubb's the only one that get your hand-me-downs. And party at the party playing with his nose now. And Baca got a weird case, why is he around? Certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That I'm up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor. They not like us. 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 You think the gay gon' let you disrespect Pop? I think that open show will be your last stop.
Welcome to Satsang. So, one of the big problems with raising your consciousness levels is you have to heal the wounds of your heart. And everybody is wounded as a result of the way we've been brought up. Most of us have somewhere hidden deep inside abandonment wounding, betrayal wounding, injustice wounding. And when you come into satsang and you get close to a Buddha field, it gets released. The coping mechanisms that hold it down don't hold. They slowly erode, and what's inside comes out. And it can come out very rapidly, and then the mind tries to deal with it by creating a story that usually involves running away somehow, avoidance somehow, because the mind is programmed to avoid discomfort and to chase comfort. But if you run away, you don't heal the wounds of your heart, and you save it for another day. One of the things that I do is I don't spend too much time with any individual, because when I do, it opens them up and everything inside of them starts to come up pretty rapidly. Because the Buddha field that's carried here does that. It opens people up.
Pause that. He's talking about what in the Eastern world is called a bodhisattva. That's someone who is of a high vibration, a spiritual adept. And he's saying the vibration is moving at such a rate that when people of a lower vibration come into the Buddhic field, Buddha means enlightened. The vibration is different. And just like taking ayahuasca or the frog, whatever, right? Just like taking that kind of stuff, those kind of, hallucinogens, right? It opens you up before you're ready to actually open up. And what was suppressed starts to rise to the surface of the conscious. Okay? Very heavy stuff that he's talking about. You heard what he said. Human beings are wired to run towards the safe and the easy and the comfortable. Anything that challenges them. Listen, don't you know God put a person in your family like that? They didn't have to go somewhere and stretch and breathe. Do you understand? God put somebody in your family like that, who's closer to the spiritual awakening than the rest of the family. And have you noticed they trigger everybody? Everybody be triggered. Oh, God, why we got to deal with them? Their purpose is to trigger you. Why do relationships trigger us? They trigger us so we can become aware of what we have suppressed, consciously or unconsciously. This is why we say relationship is a mirror. Now get deep. When you get caught up in attachment, right, you wind up staying where that toxicity has come to the surface and infected everybody around them, as the first clip alluded to. You wind up staying because it becomes part of your norm. It becomes part of who you think you are. I love this person. I'm down with this person. I'm going to rock with this person. But the reality of it is you were there to wake up the dirt in them and then send them on their way. Friends, family, loved ones, the whole 9 yards. This is how it works. This is how you move up the ladder, so to speak, the consciousness ladder. The journey of actualization, enlightenment, and healing is not an easy one. It is a path filled with trials, tribulations, and challenges that can create disharmony within our closest relationships. When one partner embarks on a journey of self-actualization, it can trigger feelings of insecurity, jealousy, and fear in the other partner. The desire to heal and grow can sometimes lead to a breakup, as the partner who is not on the same path may feel threatened by the changes happening within their relationship. Self-actualization and environmental re-evaluation often go hand in hand. As we begin to awaken to our true selves and question our beliefs and values, we may also start to regress. Before I say regress, let me come back. Reassess and oftentimes regress in our progression. Yes, it's just like training in a weight room. First, you're going to feel the pain, you're going to feel weak, then you're going to start feeling strength. Because when you're lifting the weights, you're actually tearing the muscles. After you tear the muscles, you get yourself a protein drink. Protein actually builds muscle. So as you're sore, right, no pain, no gain, you're putting protein back in your body. That's going directly to your muscles and rebuilding a stronger muscle. So sometimes when you are healing and growing, sometimes you got to take 3 steps back. And oftentimes the way our mind works, we think if we've taken 3 steps back, we're doing worse. Do you understand? Nah, you're in the process of doing better, but you won't allow yourself to do better because you want instant gratification. Now, I know I got callers on the line, but you know I like to set things up, right? This is important for us to know. An affable persona can work to the advantage, right, of an envious person. Ooh, Lord. As they may use charm and charisma to manipulate others and mask their true intentions. Niceties can sometimes be a facade for low self-esteem and worthiness wounds, leading to secret animosity and jealousy towards those who appear to have it all together. Are you listening? The grace required to obtain freedom from unhealthy attachments and figo, which is fear and ego, attachment, greed, and obsession, right? is often underestimated. It takes courage, strength, and vulnerability to let go of old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us. It's not the person you're letting go, it's the pattern. You try to let the person go and keep the pattern, which is why you repeat the pattern. Relationships are like Kendrick Lamar diss records. It's layered. And it's layered from the perspective of your layers. Not the other person, your layers. The other person is a mirror for those layers to come to the surface. When I come forward, we got people from all over the country that want to join this discussion. Are you one of them?
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that we keep us safe. Pro Football Hall of Famer and urban peace pioneer Jim Brown believed in just that. So he founded the Amera I Can Foundation for Social Change in 1988, focusing on at-risk and high-risk youth in underserved schools and juvenile detention facilities, as well as adult incarceration and reentry initiatives. The core of the Amera I Can program is its 15-chapter life skills curriculum. Mastery of these skills allows individuals to meet their academic potential, conform their behavior to acceptable societal standards, and improve the quality of their lives by equipping them with what they need to confidently and successfully contribute to society. Today, the foundation is led by its president, Monique Brown, who has been actively involved in the organization for more than 25 years. The Amera I Can Foundation continues its work in memory of its founder, actor, philanthropist, and NFL legend Jim Brown. To get involved or make a donation, please visit AmeriICanCommunity.partners. That's AmeriICanCommunity.partners. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Right here, we don't believe in victimizing. We believe in raising our voices, amplifying black voices in the climate conversation. With KBLA Talk 1580.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
There's survival. I think somebody lying, smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
Off-white Sunseeker, handsome marina. A phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, a sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, I shall hub in Ibiza. Luke Cali's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who can reach us? Only God can teleport this type of freedom. God, my confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself but not fall short. Raise my hands to a fallen sky. I fantasize me jumping planets immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who gon' stop me? I come from love, and still cover my heart, then open me up. Remember when picked up a pen, lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul, staring in the mirror, asking where I was from often. I know this type of power is gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can only give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart. Yeah, somebody's lying, not to see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest, harassing ant.
What is enlightenment? Again, it's one of those words that have come from India. To be enlightened. To be enlightened about what? I want, please let's be rational, not irrational. What, when I will say enlightened, I'm enlightened about what? Say, for instance, I'm enlightened about my relationship with another. That is, I've understood my relationship with another is based on my image about the other, however intimate. That image has been put together through many years. But
stop. Krishnamurti is too deep. What am I enlightened about? My relationship? Am I enlightened about my image? Am I enlightened about the image of my partner? The image that has been put together over time? This is why I'm playing Kendrick's diss records. So many people, the records ain't good. That's because you're not doing self-work. This man became Krishnamurti. He became a psychologist. And he said, let's peel the layers back. The man said, I discover myself when I fail. You know how many people don't show empathy to their failures? You know how many people don't show gratitude to their failures? And when you do, they don't understand it and get irritated by it. You're growing spiritually and they're regressing. This man took another man to task to basically say, who you are in entertainment is just a fabricated image. You're not a quality man because you're on Mount Everest of entertainment. That's what he was trying to say. And he's basically saying, I'm a flawed man too. But I'm acknowledging the flaws. You know how many people could give 2 shakes of a fat rat's tail when you acknowledge your wrongdoing? Many people will take that acknowledgement as confirmation for what they already believed about you. Why? Because they're attracted to what's great in you and they want to see you fail. So when you acknowledge it through an empathetic, heartfelt apology, they see that apology as a confirmation. I knew he wasn't perfect. I knew he wasn't all together. I should have went with my intuition. That wasn't your intuition. You know what? That was your insecurity. He gonna wake you up, flawed and all. She gonna wake you up. She gonna show you something about yourself, brother, that you weren't anticipating because you was looking at her waist. Do you understand? How many people have been in a relationship with somebody who feel like they can share your gift? Damn it, it's my gift. You got your own gift. Just because you're my woman or I'm your man does not mean we share the gift. God gave me a gift, and I'm sure he gave you one too. Just because mine may be a little bit more developed than yours, or yours may be a little bit more developed than mine, does not or should not allow insecurity to seep in and contaminate our bond, but oftentimes it does. The quickest way to break up with somebody is to heal spiritually, is to evolve, because who they originally met is dead now. That aspect of your ego, that aspect of your insecurity, that aspect of your fear is now dead. And what was once appealing to them becomes a nuisance and an annoyance to them. 1-800-920-1580. I want to get Sean from Oakland, California in here. Sean, get in here.
Brother Zoe, of course, another amazing show. So I'm going to give my 2 cents like I always do in relationships. So my thing is, when you're in the relationship, right, and you bring it, you have a bad day, right, because we all have bad days, and you bring it into the house or you bring it into whatever area you have, and then all of a sudden you're being very negative and very abrasive to whomever you're with, right? But you're not really talking about what messed you up that day. Like you say, the wounds. You're not really talking about the wounds. You're not talking about, the thing that happened to you in the workplace or wherever it happened. You're taking it out on somebody that you shouldn't be taking it out on. Now, that person would really like to hear probably what was really bad about the workday, right? But instead, what you're trying to do is just, I'm getting this off my chest on this human being without any consideration for that human being. And that's not conducive for a healthy relationship. The thing that you need to say is, at least be cognitive of the fact that you're going to have bad days. But when you have a bad day regarding work or whatever, talk to your person if you really care about them and say, this is really screwed up. This is what happened. Let's talk about this. Will you talk about this with me? Will you? Because I really need someone to talk about it. But don't take it out on them and beat them upside the head with it, because that is not conducive to a good relationship.
100%. 100%. I agree with you. Guess what you just did, Sean?
Oakland, brother. I love it.
Oaktown in the building. Yay, area. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. Do you understand the seriousness, the severity of this conversation tonight? Do you understand? We are trying to unpack something. When you grow up spiritually, and it's a never-ending process, so nobody can get arrogant about where they are in the process. The higher you go, the more humble you become. It's not something to be posted on Instagram. I'm at peace. Listen, I can't wait until psychology catches up with spirituality. Because a lot of this whole, I need a safe space, that stuff is going to get overturned in about 10 years. When you start digging into mindfulness, when you start digging into the mind-body somatic connection through spirituality, you're going to be able to transform environments into what you want them to be, as opposed to having demands for somebody to regulate your emotions. You're gonna unlock a superpower, I promise you. When I come forward, we're going back to the phone lines.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. Reuters is reporting Israel says the ceasefire proposal agreed to by Hamas is unacceptable. An Israeli official told the outlet Hamas approved a softened Egyptian proposal that was not acceptable to Israel. The deal was brokered by Egypt and Qatar. Israel earlier claimed it made serious concessions toward the ceasefire and blamed Hamas for the continued bloodshed.